What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we had a game against the New Orleans Pelicans and the Chicago Bulls. Close again, came up short again, and this time I'm not necessarily sure if I feel as positive as I felt against the Kings per se. I don't necessarily enjoy losing these type of games when it's a close and competitive battle pretty much the entire way through. With that being said, this Pelicans team, you know what? I never, ever would have thought, nor did I know, that they were 9-32 on their season. But with obviously the guys that they have coming back, they were a tough team, they are a tough team, and I think we saw how tough they can be. So yeah, it was a long road, and in the end, the Bulls just walked away with a loss in this one. But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls, their game today, and your player of the game. We lost this game 119 to 113. Look, the game in of itself was a bit of an entertaining one. Again, nice and competitive. That's the type of games you'd always like to see each and every single game. You want competitive battles. You want the Bulls to be fighting tooth and nail. Those are the things I can say the Chicago Bulls delivered on today. However, the last two games, and there's been a few games that have been seen as winnable that the Bulls simply don't deliver in. This game against the Pelicans might be the toughest of the week, but it's still a winnable game. Now, Kings game was a winnable game. And at the end of the day, you're kind of starting to see the Bulls fall in form. I mean, what is it? One win in our last four games. We managed to beat the Wizards, but we lost to the Pacers. We lost... Was it the Pacers that we lost to? I'm going to quickly double check. We lost to the Pacers, we lost to the Kings, and now we lost to the Pelicans. We're 1-4 in our last 5 games. That's not a stretch to be happy about, ladies and gentlemen. And you might think, look, it's a short period of time in which we lost. We could pick it back up, but stretches like this, especially at home, are unacceptable in my opinion. We have a 5-game home span, and we've lost the majority of them. Now, we already knew we weren't that great of a home team, but this is just on another level of not good enough when you get 5 games in a row at home and you disappoint in a lot of them. So the Bulls need to pick it up. We've got 2 more games at home, one against the Hawks, one against the Hornets. Both of those games, the Bulls are probably the favourites to win in. Maybe not the Hawks, but we tend to play well against the Hawks. Either way, whatever we play as, we need to start delivering some of these victories at home. It's the worst feeling in the world to know that you can't satisfy that home crowd. It must be eating them alive. At least that's what I hope it's doing, because it's unacceptable. And you could be a great road team. You know what? Being a great road team is a sign that I personally think the team is in the right direction. If you can win away from home, it's only a matter of time when you can defend home court. Most good teams are fantastic road teams, right? But at the end of the day, it's just such a bizarre situation to be in when we're talking about the Bulls not being able to defend their home turf, but they could go out on the road and beat anybody. I don't know. I don't know if it's a mentality thing. Maybe it's a comfortability thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a coaching thing. But that needs to be addressed, man. Seriously, needs to be addressed. It is not good enough, and we need to be seeing better in home games. With that being said, a good first quarter for the Bulls. We outscored the Pelicans 33-29, but pretty much the rest of the way it was really, really close. With the third and fourth quarters, the Pelicans winning by 5 points apiece. In fact, 33-27 was the outcome for both of those quarters, and the Pelicans, that's how they won their game. I got to give respect to the competitive spirit, but at the end of the day, that's all I could really give respect to in this timeout. The Bulls shot 32.6% from 3 compared to the Pelicans' 28%. So we won the 3-point battle all in all, even though we made the same amount. We just took less of them. Points in the paint-wise, we won as well. Again, it comes down to defense. I think it also comes down to fouls. We fouled a lot more than the Pelicans did. And yeah, all those things, when you combine them together, it led to kind of a really bad result for the Bulls. So, look, we've got to suck it up. We took a lot more shots than them as well. So, we've got to suck it up. This is a loss that we probably shouldn't have had, but we did have. And it is now swiftly time to move on. I want to talk about some of the individual players. For example, Zach LaVine kind of saved his game today because he started off this game really poorly. And in the end, he managed to scrape away with a 25.5 assist and 7 rebound night. Now, normally, a stat line like that is in contention for player of the game. But I thought the really bad start to the game did hurt the Bulls in the end. I know we had a great first quarter. But again, I just felt like if Zach LaVine had a great start to the game we might have been able to see the Bulls climb over the top instead of barely walking away with a loss, if you know what I mean. Vucevic's 22 points, 2 assists, and 15 rebounds. Definitely a strong game from him. Kobe White had 22 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. In all fairness to the Kobe White's game, I don't know the efficiency behind that 22 points, so I'm not going to really speak on that. But again, I like to see Kobe White climb into that 20-point range. I think he could do it each and every single night. And to be honest, that's my expectation from him from now on, is to get to that level each and every single night. Lonzo Ball, 11 points, 6 assists, and 8 rebounds on the night. Yeah, he kind of went back to the bench role. Look, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say with Lonzo Ball because he definitely fits the starting lineup. But with Lonzo Ball, you can fit him anywhere. You can fit him in the lineup, starting lineup. You can fit him on the bench. It's just because he's a two-way guy. Those guys can fit anywhere. They could gel in any system. Lonzo Ball is definitely a system guy. And yeah, it's kind of sucks to see that he had such a great starting game. But as soon as Kobe White entered the fray, he got kind of reduced to the bench role. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what it was always going to be. We can't expect Lonzo Ball to just overtake him or to overtake anybody in our starting lineup for a while, if ever, in this current Bulls team. I really don't know what we're going to do about that. But another strong game from Lonzo Ball. Another great game from him. That's all I could really say. Josh Giddey had 7 points, 12 assists, 13 rebounds. Again, doing his thing on the offensive end. 12 assists is a magnificent result from the man. And 13 rebounds as well. He's always been a fighter on the boards. We got Jalen Smith had 13 points and 4 rebounds. Overall, outside of Lonzo and Jalen Smith, our bench wasn't necessarily that great. Bazelis had 5 points in of itself. Maybe that's something we can address in future games. More bench production. But again, it's just a bit disappointing overall. With that being said, my player of the game is Nikola Vucevic. As much as I want to give it to LaVine, and maybe LaVine does deserve it, I think that bad start kind of led to the loss, in all honesty. That's just how I feel. Could be wrong. That's just how I feel. I didn't watch every single quarter, every single minute. I've got to be honest. It's very hard to do so these days. But I'm trying. And that's honestly my assessment. I just felt like his bad start really hurt us. And what could have been an amazing start to the game turned out to be a good start. We kind of needed that amazing start, if you know what I mean. It's not all on him. I'm not saying it's his fault that we lost the game or anything like that. I'm just saying that, you know, if we had that terrific start, because the game was pretty balanced the rest of the way, we might have been very close, much closer than we were. We probably could have won the game. It's a tough break. I think we've actually played the Pelicans twice and lost to them twice. I still, to this day, cannot believe they're 9-32. I'm sure there are injuries involved in that and whatnot, but man, I didn't see that coming, did I? Anyway, next game against the Hawks, back-to-back. We better win. I'll see you guys there. Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.